Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, welcome back to another best of 3. Today we have in the top right spawning as the Red Terran player playing for Team Psystorm. It's going to be none other than Special, the player formerly known as Major, Princess, Anna Prosser, Shofu. He had like 10 or 12 former nicknames. None of that is relevant right now though, his name is Special right here. In the bottom left, spawning as the blue Zerg player playing for Team Shopify's Rebellion. It's going to be none other than Lambo. Opening up with an 18-17, I think this was. 18 gas, 17 pool. The follow-up is going to be a hatchery, I believe it's 17 supply. This drone is moving over towards the natural, or will start moving over towards the natural once it's finished. Ooh, it's going to be an 18 hatchery. Okay, cool. I like that. 2 racks proxy out of Special. And that means he's going to get a gas with it. Most of the time, killing 4 to 5 workers is going to be enough. But because this is a pool first, killing 2 or 3 workers might be enough already. Lambo, of course, does not need to pull any drones right here. As he has to pull first, he should be fine with just the links. Most likely he's going to open up with 4 Zerglings. Get the queen in the main base and then follow that up with an overlord. It's also possible that he just opens up with 2. He hasn't spotted anything yet, hasn't seen nothing. Okay, now he immediately sees the SCVs moving in and needs to start flying away with this overlord. If the overlord dies, that would be very expensive. Special starts moving forward. Lambo still just chilling here with the Overlord and says, okay, I want to know how many Marines there is. But he can see how many Marines are coming in from that high ground as well. He has to pull a couple of workers to deal with that first bunker. Speed is on the way, bunker gets cancelled, and there's 6 links out there. I really think this Overlord needs to move, no? Isn't this risky? Maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe this doesn't matter. Special instead is going to go for this far away Overlord. Perhaps not quite seeing the close by one. The follow-up is going to be double Reaper here. So rather than going for a quick factory, Special says, I really want to get my my low ground CC immediately. And usually if you get the factory straight away, what ends up happening is that you need to build the CC on the high ground. Special doesn't want that, so it's going to be building some Reapers. And it's going to start hunting for these links as well. First link is going to fall, and all of these links honestly should fall. Lambo can try to split them up. He's indeed going to split them up, but most likely will still lose all of them anyway. Oh, Metabolic Boost is about to finish up in a couple of seconds. Lambo gets the escape. Very nice. 6 more links on the way as well. So we see the CC is being is about to be finished. I don't think the links are going to be in time for that. I don't actually like this opener too much here for Lambo. I thought this was going to be a lot better one when I saw the pool first, but this ends up being okay for Special here. Saves both of the Reapers. There's a bunker next to the command center. Factory is on the way and we see a 3rd CC come down immediately. One of the barracks is blocking a potential 3rd base location as well. And now the barracks is going to go in for a scout into the main. And with that scout in the main, well, I have no end of that sentence actually. With that scout in the main, he's gonna be he'll know what's coming, I guess. Fair play. Starport as well. Still working off a single gas, of course, with that fast 3rd CC. Not the biggest surprise. Whenever people send in a barracks, you almost always get that mech type of feel. And I know that Special is fond of playing mech as well. Oh, he's more than just fond of playing mech. He loves mech. If there was one thing that he could do all day, it would be playing mech. The problem with mech is that it just isn't as powerful as bio in this day and age. We're gonna see what's coming out though. But it's not going to be a barracks, that's for sure. Because he could have built a barracks a long time ago. I'm feeling a factory, honestly. Why else would he just put the SCV there? What's he doing? What is he waiting for? Is it a fusion core, maybe? Okay, it is a fusion core. So he's going to go straight into mech from here. Now, the question for Lambo is Lambo aware of what's going on? Does he know that there's going to be a battle cruiser follow-up? Lambo does not know about the triple CC. Lambo does not know if it's going to be bio or if it's going to be mech. This barracks going home kind of indicates some type of bio, perhaps. There's 4 Hellions here. Oh, these Lynx almost get the surround of on these cars. Not quite, though. 1 car goes down. The rest of the boys stay alive. A little bit of a wall forming here as well. Still working off only 2 gas, though. Multiple mules are being thrown down. Raining down from the sky. Double gas. It's kind of odd. Okay, here we go. Gas 3 and 4. Usually you see this a little bit quicker when it's mech, especially if someone is already floating this many minerals. First battlecruiser is coming out right now. The follow-up is of course going to be a couple of factories, most likely for that Hellion Cyclone type of style. Viking is has been effective. It killed 1 overlord, that's good enough. Oh, here come the cars. Wanting to go in, but perhaps a little bit too afraid. Perhaps a little bit too afraid. 10 more workers on the way for Lambo. He's also taking the extra gases. Doesn't really have a forward base yet, though. And it is going to be quite late here. We see double Evo, Baneling speed. This feels like Mutalisk. It smells like Mutalisk. What do they say again? If it smells like Muta and it looks like Mutalisk, perhaps it is Mutalisk. Here we go. Spire comes down. Yeah, anything else would be pretty bad at this point. The reason for that is because he has such a late forward base. And with any other build order, or with any other unit comp, you want a higher drone count a bit quicker. With Mutas, it's fine most of the time, because you need a lot of units initially to be capable of building the Mutas. You need Lynx initially, you need Banelings, and then you still need a lot of larvae for the Mutas as well. Of course, it's nice if you can go up to... Oh, hold that thought as we have the battlecruiser blinking in, or teleporting in. Also needs to go out rather fast. Hello, Mr. BC. Needs to be careful here. Good trades though here for special. If we can get another queen, that would be big. We'll be capable of actually getting 2 extra queens, and these Hellions are trading out. Right now, it's pretty clear to me that it's going to be mech. I mean, the Hellion count, the fact that there's a battlecruiser. You know, there's a lot of indications here for Lambo. And he's a pretty strong brain who uses logic well. So he should be capable of getting there. So this kind of follows from the many Hellions in the battlecruiser. Evo block here. I don't think Lambo can actually defend it with just the Lynx. He's gonna need more Banelings. 10 more Banes on the way. 8 Mutas as well. Yamato cannon is about to finish up. Second BC is out, and that's going to be it for the battlecruisers. No, we have a third BC on the way here as well. Baneling run-by is going to get cleaned up by both of these BCs. A couple of Marines are going to bite the dust. They'll be 6 feet under. There's a lot of SCVs, by the way, here for special. Already on 80 SCVs. He doesn't even have a Forge CC done yet. But he's been very keen on building workers. He's in massive supply block, by the way. He's been in this supply block for a while. He went from a supply block with the battlecruiser to a supply block just in general. I had to throw down a depot. I think that's his second depot, his super depot already, yeah. Kind of expensive there. It's a lot of money that you're not getting. But I guess with 82 workers, money is the least of your concerns. Special pushing forward with these Hellions. 6 Corruptors are on the way as well, as 2 more factories are being built here in the back of the main base of Special. Mutas are flying in. They might be capable of getting a refinery and a couple of workers with that glaive bounce. But that is going to be it, as these BCs are going to teleport back home. The turret in a bit of an off-center position. It's not going to be the best defensive turret there. There's like a backup turret for the real turret. It's kind of what it looks like. Oh, here comes the Yamato. No, Special not paying attention as these Mutas are flying into the main base. Yamato goes off and these Mutalisks will go to town for now on these SCVs. Oi, 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 oi. 10 workers are going down. I can't believe how much damage Lambo got with these... What was it? It was 8 Mutas total. He got 12 worker kills. Lambo actually getting a lot of damage. Now he starts moving across the map. Baneling. There is a bunch of roaches with this. Corruptors as well to deal with the battlecruisers. I don't think the Baneling count is large enough though. This is going to be what? 18 Banelings against this many Hellions? Still has 40 Lynx as well. And these Lynx are practically useless at this point. He's freaking 22 Hellions. Like, enjoy the fight, my friend. You're not gonna be eating, you're gonna be what's on the barbecue, Mr. Zergling. The first Hellion shots are good. Special kind of backs himself into a corner here. He's going to end up losing a lot of his ground army and actually straight up dies. I can't believe it. Lambo says, okay, I've had enough of you. And Special had nowhere to run no more and just dies. Fort base perhaps a little bit too late. Just not enough production before that fort. Only stayed on 3 factory. And Lambo takes the first game. I'm a little bit surprised. I'm a little bit shocked that that went that well. But we'll be heading into game number 2 of this best of 3. Game 2 is going to be played on 2000 atmospheres. As Lambo is top right, Special is bottom left. And as none of the SCVs are making their way across the map as of yet, I think we're not going to be seeing a proxy Rex. Yeah, cute little SCV micro. Take a look on the side of Lambo, also has perfect SCV. Or, well, drone micro. On every map there's 4 close by mineral patches. I selected them just now. You always want to stack on those patches first, because it returns more minerals quicker. The walking distance obviously is less long, and thus the resources come there faster. So it's generally considered a good thing. Lambo here this time opening up with a 16 edge. So we're seeing some mind games here. We're seeing some preparation coming out of Lambo, knowing somehow, some way that on Glittering Ashes Special wanted to play that proxy Rex. And Lambo opened up with the, what was it, 18 pool? 18 pool, 17 gas, I think it was. This time around, he says, hey, I don't think you're gonna proxy 2 Rex. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for the 16 hatch. Good luck, my friend. And both of the times, Lambo, yeah, comes out of the early game exactly how he wants to come out of the early game. This is what he prepared for. No SCV scout, by the way, out of Special here. Also isn't building anything. Wait, what? Wait, what was this? Oh, this is kind of cool. So I've never seen this before, but this move makes a lot of sense. Oh, that... I'm not sure if Special is the first person to ever do this, but I haven't seen it before, perhaps because I wasn't paying attention. Very often, when you play a barracks into factory build, there is some downtime on your barracks here. You see that? You just don't have the money for the reactor. So what Special does, he says, I don't actually care whether I get my marine 10 seconds earlier or not, but I can get this CC a little bit faster if I cut my marine initially. So he cut his marine initially to get that faster command center. I've never seen that before, and now I'm gonna have to start paying attention to see if other Terrans do the same thing. That is really cool actually, and that makes a lot of sense. That makes less sense against Protoss, of course, because against Protoss, what tends to happen is that the probe blocks the command center. So if you don't have a marine, the probe might just block longer, and it's difficult to get the CC down. But against Zerg, this makes a lot of sense. Genuinely quite cool. I really do like that. And it's not like you're giving away any extra info either, because the Zerg doesn't even see the timing of that first marine. And it doesn't delay your reactor either, so yeah, cool. Very cool even, I would say. Alright, what else do we have here, Lambo? Overlord Speed coming out of the German Zerg. Knows that Special is a bit of a tricky Terran player. We see a double Hellion into double Mine Drop. This is a TVP opener, by the way. You see this type of stuff a lot in TVP. Really super common build in TVP. Maru was extremely fond of this during TSL 7, I think it was. He played this almost every single TVP. Now, he wouldn't get the armory. The Special here does get the armory. We see the 2 Overlords flying in. Could have tried to hit with the mines. Not quite going to get it, and here comes the medevac with the mines. We see Spore immediately being built. This is a zoning Spore. And of course a Spore for detection as well. I don't think Lambo quite realizes that there is an armory though. The follow-up is going to be a Liberator, 2 more Hellions. This is an important scout. That armory is big, yep. Gets to keep it alive as well, the Overlord that is. Which is also very nice and impressive. Look at that Overlord spread here. Lambo should be 100% ready for this. Oh, that's a beautiful location there for that first mine. Actually, gets pretty decent hits. Well, never mind. That second hit was useless. So a couple of mines are burrowing right now. Lambo, pay attention. Lambo, pay attention. Oh, no, Lambo. 13 workers go down. Oi, 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 oi. Extremely poor defense out of Lambo. Some workers went down over here. No, it was all just mines. That is ridiculously bad for Lambo. I think it's just straight up dead. You're not supposed to lose 13 workers 4 minutes into the game. I know people always say that Zerg can just rebuild some drones. But let me tell you, if you don't have the money to rebuild drones, because you've lost all your drones, it is difficult to rebuild drones generally. Special is going to be throwing down 2 extra barracks right now. 3rd CC is coming down, and the moment these first 2 medevacs hit the field, I am fearing for Lambo's life. We have a Liberator in the natural right now. There's no money for Queen 7 and 8. There's no money for a layer. There's no gas being mined because Lambo wants to get as many drones as possible. Get the mineral count as high up as quickly as he can. But this is not looking good. This is not looking good for the German Zerg. Yes, the drone count is getting back to where it kind of belongs, or at least close to where Special is. But the situation is bad. His gas count is very low. Doesn't have any evos yet. His queen count ideally should be at 8. The barracks are already done. Barracks 4 and 5 are on the way. 3rd CC is about to finish up. Comparative to the situation that he is supposed to be in a normal game of TVZ, this is actually god-awful. Just now he's getting gas 2 and 3. His opponent is starting barracks 4 and 5 as Lambo is getting gas 2 and 3. His fort base is gonna go down after the factory goes down for Special. Like, that is not how it's supposed to be here. That is absolutely not okay. This Liberator still alive as well. Special actually not losing all that much. Just 4 mines so far. 16 drones. Just you can't lose 16 drones. It's just not possible. Well, it is possible, but it's going to be really difficult to win the game then. We have a lair on the way here for Lambo. Spore in the main base as well. And here comes the Lip on the way to kill some drones, perhaps. Hatchery on the fort. You see these Hellbats pushing in. Here come Lambo's Banelings. Should be capable of killing something at least. Oh, get 4 Hellbats. Liberated at the same time as being shift-clicked into the main base. Take a look at that first-person view out of Lambo. He does see it. Is immediately placing the Spore somewhere else. Loses 4 drones initially. Pretty decent target fire. I think that last Baneling actually ended up hitting an SCV, if I'm not incorrect. Special is just up 20 supply, though. And once 1-1 finishes up for Special, he's going to be up 2 upgrades total. I think holding this fort base is difficult already. You know, it's going to be even more difficult. Is holding this fort base without any creep. While being down 20 supply, while being down 2 upgrades. Good luck. Like, even without one of these 3 things, without the creep, or without the upgrades, or without the supply, it would be difficult. But right now, Lambo is lacking all 3. Lambo's lacking creep, Lambo's lacking units, Banelings, doesn't have Baneling speed either. Add another thing on the pile of things that Lambo would like to have. But he doesn't. A big giant sports car. He'd love to have that. Doesn't have it. No. Goes to the gym on his bike. And these Banelings need to go to these Marines walking as well. They can't roll yet. They're crawling at a slow pace. Special's gonna stim one more time, and once this fort base dies, I think Lambo should just leave the game. There's absolutely no way that he can get back into this. That being said, this is a pretty decent flank. But, I mean, you get the tanks. GG gets skulled. Special wins game number 2. Very decisive victory. Knew how to leverage it after he killed that many workers in the early game. And we'll be going into the final game of this best of 3. Game 3 is here on Curious Minds, which is a good map for Special. It is a very good map for Special, even. I'm surprised that we're playing on Curious Mind. Shocked, I could even say, that we're playing on Curious Mind. The reason why I'm shocked is very simple. It's because this is considered one of the best maps for Terran. You have Blackburn, Berlingrad, and this map. And most of the time, I see Zergs prefer Blackburn over Curious Mind. But Lambo doesn't, so Lambo must have vetoed Blackburn and Berlingrad. Of course, Special would have vetoed Pride of Altaris and Hardwire then, I guess? You haven't seen Hardwire, right? You've seen Glittering Ashes and 2K Atmosphere. Interesting vetoes. Hatch first, coming out of Lambo once again. Gets it done. And he's playing... he has a build order which is called the... I think it's called the Advanced Clash Opener. Which is a specific way of getting your third base at 28 supply. If he doesn't play that, however, he'll just go into the Overlord speed again. I've been reading up on some Zerg build orders lately and trying to figure out exactly what the small differences are and like what the predictive qualities are of each build. So if he continues mining gas while his natural is done, he doesn't pull out of gas, and if he gets drone 21 over here in the main base, then he's going to go for the Advanced Clash Opener. So I'm really happy with myself when I say these words. Okay, so this is a 20 Overlord, and most likely he's going to continue mining gas. That would indicate that he wants to get Overlord speed once again. I think I'm saying this correct. This is some high level stuff, guys. Really what the Advanced Clash Opener is. Now I hear all of you guys curious behind your little computer screens. Okay, I didn't anticipate this. God, Lambo. He's ruining me with a third option that I hadn't heard about yet. Just the regular opener. Anyway, let me tell you about the Advanced Clash Opener, because this Reaper is not going to do anything. Basically, you get the hatchery at 28 supply while you're supply blocked. You're building a drone and an Overlord at 28. You go into your supply block voluntarily, and then you get supply block again at 44 supply. At which timing you build 2 Overlords. That's the Advanced Clash build. We don't get to see that. We're just gonna see the classic 30 hatch. This is the most standard and one of the most old school build orders in all of CVT. Now, I know the build orders and I know, you know, how they work, but the exact advantage of each one, I'll have to ask again to one of my good Zerg friends. No. I'll get back to you guys, don't worry, alright? Step by step we're learning this. You and me. We're a team. You're watching and I'm doing the hard work. That's fine. You always do. It's like a group project, you know? Except this time I am actually doing some work. One time in a group project, when I was like 15, we had to build a car. And I can't quite remember what you were supposed to do, but it was like with a knitting needle. You were supposed to make a car. And then by the knitting needle going down, it would generate force or something. I don't know. I think I ended up painting a little bit of wood. And the girl that was in my group built the entire car. It looked like Mickey Mouse, I remember. That was my work. We got an 8.5, if I recall correctly, out of 10. This Hellion run by is getting a 2 so far. So basically the grade I would have gotten if I just would have handed in the Mickey Mouse drawing. Because these cars did absolutely nothing. Lambo in a pretty significant lead at this point. Lost 10 links, killed 5 cars. 4 cars and a Reaper, excuse me. What is this? Special still going to go into an armory from here on out. So he wants to follow this up with the latest Hellbat attack possible. With 4 less Hellions. If this works, I'll be extremely surprised. I'll be shocked even. Triple Spores on the way, a layer also being built right now. This Banshee with the Cloak Field is about to finish up. It's gonna try to do a little bit of damage. And here come 6 Marines, and at home we have 2 cars. Hey, this is a terrible Hellbat push, isn't it? I think Lambo's just gonna walk over Special here. There's 6 Queens so far. Queen 7 on the way. 11 more drones. Not entirely what we need. I wouldn't mind a couple of units here, Lambo. Lambo is maybe a little bit too confident, a little bit too cocky at this point. Says, hey, I killed all your cars. Let's go, baby. Oh, here come the Banshees. Immediately start working on the high energy Queen. There's still a Queen that had a transfuse, but it wasn't used That is extremely painful here. Specials pushing in. Baling Nest isn't quite done yet. Here come the extra queens. 4 queens. Spore in the back as well. It's not helping out whatsoever. I think these helmets are doing it. When I say they're doing it, they're getting a little bit of damage. It's not like they're winning, but they're doing something at least. Oh, needs to be so careful with these drones. 5 drones have gone down already. Banshee up top is still doing some damage. These Banelings are morphing in, but that's the wrong time to morph, my friend. Morphing inside of the enemy lines. I've heard of behind enemy lines, but this guy was like, oh, I see them coming. Let me just morph right in front of his face. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Decent transfuse here. Control by Lambo is good. At least when it comes to these final units. Could send back one of these queens. No. Instead the queen is just going to straight up die. Whoa, 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 whoa. Lambo making it very difficult for himself here. Ends up losing 8 workers. Resources lost heavily in favor of special at this point. And that's not how it's supposed to be. Not after how that early game went. We have a tank follow-up. Oh, this is a... I was going to say it's a 2 base all-in, but there's a 3rd CC. It's one hell of a 2 base all-in if there's a 3rd CC. It's not a fake 3rd either. He built 56 SCVs already. This is as real as they get. Some slight oversaturation on the natural currently, actually. I feel like we're getting into similar territory as the last game. 4th base is extremely late here for Lambo. Baling speed will be done, I think, for the stim and for the combat. But his own 1-1 won't be finished by the time that Special's 1-1 will be done. Finally, we get that transfer of the workers. Lambo's just too... work count too low. Worker count simply too low. 4th base a bit too late as well. Painful. Very painful here for the German Zerg. Still one Banshee alive as well. This Banshee sees the timing on the 4th base. Special's going to be extremely happy with that. Special's also going to be extremely happy if he gets this Banshee out alive. He's a little bit less happy than he was before as he just lost it. There's 8 queens. Queens are good, but you know what's better than queens? It's, well, basically every Terran unit, as long as there's enough. Gonna go for a double mine drop as well. Still working off a single factory. 4 CC on the way. Here comes the... No, what? Just working off a single factory. It's actually preferring mine production over medevacs. Huh? I guess he has 4 medevacs already, but I guess he doesn't want it no more. His tank is going to help out in the defense. Depots are getting blown up into the sky. A Special is also getting ready to touch the moon soon. He's up 20 supply. And a lot of that is in workers, which means that he can take some really poor trades. And he's not taking really poor trades. He's taking pretty darn good trades. Killed 9 workers somewhere. I guess that was with a mine drop. So I see an empty medevac over here. Like seeing a kid covered with his face by chocolate. And the chocolate pie that you bought that morning is gone. You know what happened. It's the same with the drones here, you know? You see the -11 on the left side. And you see this medevac acting all innocent right next to it. Like, oh, me? No, I just dropped them there. I didn't do the damage. I'm so peaceful. That's the weirdest thing. These guys with like the Red Cross logo. Like actual flying hospitals. But they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Oh, a lot of these Marines actually are going to get taken out. Lambo getting maybe semi back into it. Has a 5th hatchery already. So he can get some extra production out. This is such a rough situation though. Getting back up to 76 workers. Oh, can't lose these queens. He can't afford it and he won't. Still has 8 queens alive. 10 more Banes are on the way. 10 are already out. Oh, Lambo is tanking a lot of damage with those queens and he's winning some more time. He needs to win a crap ton of time though. Just a little bit of time is not quite enough. Goes in for the surround. There's only 2 medevacs remaining and these Marines are going to get taken out. Drop heading into the main base is not going to get there. As Special kind of second guessing himself there. Special, such a high worker count though. It's going up to, I think this is 8 barracks we have. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, yeah, 8. 8 barracks, fort base already done. 2-2 is about to finish up as well. There's no mines with this army, so this is going to get cleaned up, or at least forced to pick up. And I think with 2-2 we can potentially see a big push. There's 9 mines, 3 of those in this medevac. Drilling Claws is here. Now the responses out of Lambo so far against mine drops have been mediocre. And before they didn't even have Drilling Claws. This time they do have Drilling Claws and Lambo is going to be in time. Loses only 3 workers. Perfect defense. When it matters, I guess, he does the perfect defense. Lurker then on the way, and once lurkers are out, anything is possible. Let's not forget about that. Here comes Special though, pushing forward with a large army. Is the Baneling Cow big enough? I'm not quite sure. Where's the mines? The mines aren't here. Lambo's gonna get some pretty decent connections. Is going to clean up this army. Is busy losing the 5th base at the same time though. Links by themselves are not going to be good enough. 2-2 is about to finish up for Lambo as well. Hydra range upgrade, also known as the grooved spines. Once these lurkers are out, there is potential. Lurkers can make a Terran go wild in the head. Let me tell you that much, my friend. Lurkers can make a Terran go wild, baby. Alright, 142 supply right now for Lambo. Gonna kill a couple of these medevacs as well. Can't chase too far off creep though. Baneling count is dwindling, only 15 left. Let's not forget about the fact he's only on 4 base. It's 4 base against 4 base. Special equal in the worker count. Is already getting a 5th at this point. Hive is finishing up. Hive has finished up. The first lurkers can start producing, but Lambo doesn't want to yet. He says, no, first I want to clean up this push, but I'm not quite sure if this push is ever going to end. Mines are burrowing immediately over here in the front. Lambo's Baneling count just a bit too small. A tiny bit too small here. Special pushes in. Is going to trade pretty well against these links, obviously. 2 more mines are coming forward as well. Big hit on the Overseer. So actually that's a small hit. It only hits the Overseer. Here come the Banelings. Will not get the connections that Lambo requires. And now the Revolt. Some connections on the tail end there, but which is not enough. Lambo lost the 4th base, calls GG, and Special wins the series 2-1. That's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you all next time for a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and bye bye.